It wasn't just humans wandering the aisles at the International Inno-Robo Trade Fair held in Lyon from the 18th to the 20th of March. There were giant spiders, automated transporters and even screens that people could pilot remotely, visiting the exhibits from the comfort of their own home. The salon also showcased the new generation of domestic robots that will no doubt soon become part of everyday life. Romeo is a 1.4-metre humanoid robot developed in France.
It has been designed to help people living on their own who are losing their autonomy. So instead of putting them into a home or care facility where there aren't necessarily enough people to look after them, they will have a robot to keep them company. They can interact, and the robot can also bring them their medication, make sure that everything is okay, and call for help if need be.
Romeo is still at the prototype stage but should be operational in 2 years' time, and is Now's younger brother. Over 6,000 Now models have been distributed across the globe, and the humanoid robot owes part of its fame to choreographer Blanca Lee, who put together a synchronized dance show that's still touring. To help boost this promising market, the government's announced plans to invest 100 million euros in the French robot industry.
France is seen as a global leader in robotics, selling more humanoid robots than anywhere else in the world.
Robots so technologically advanced that most of us still see them as something of science fiction. Yet it's now possible to build your own domestic robot. Gaël Langevin invented the InMove, the first humanoid robot that you can make with your own 3D printer.
Drop it.
He's getting a bit agitated.
Drop it. Perfect.
Did you say perfect?
Yes.
Gaël knew very little about robotics 2 years ago. He began by putting together a hand that he released online as an open source project, which means that anyone can access the designs and assembly instructions.
It was just a hand printed with a 3D printer and then assembled, but it created a community. People became really interested in the project, and then I started designing the rest of the arm so that I could incorporate motors inside the forearm.
And the robot started to take shape. InMove has now become a collaborative project, and every day thousands of enthusiasts participate in its development.
Once we have shown the robot an object in 3D using the camera, it can recognize the color and shape. And once that information has been inputted into the computer, we tell it it's a ball, it's a glass, or the robots made subsequently, built in the same way as this one, will be able to recognize a glass. We won't need to tell them or input the information. They will already know it's a glass.
And it only costs a few €100 to make. So you can build your own robot and choose how you use it. There have been some pretty astonishing adaptations to Gaël's inventions.
This has been used as a prosthesis, and they print them out en masse in Brazil for people who have lost a hand.
The robots are designed to replace humans when it comes to carrying out thankless tasks and dirty jobs, and may well revolutionize the farming profession. For the past year, Jean-Pierre and Anne-Marie Dufeu have been producing high-tech milk in their farm in Brittany. They now have a robotic milking stool. There are no gates in the building, so the cow can decide when it wants to be milked when the udders are full. They're milked nearly 3 times a day, 2.9 times. Anne-Marie is able to share such precise figures because the robot records and analyzes all the data from the 55 cows in real time. Their daily production, the quality of milk, their body temperature, their weight. The robot helps us foresee illness before the cows displayed any symptoms. If it has mastitis, for example, an inflammation of the mammary gland, then we'll know about it 2 days earlier than if we were in the milking parlour, and then we can be more reactive. And the robot also saves Jean-Pierre and Anne-Marie a tremendous amount of time.
We've basically saved
4 hours a day.
Yes, 3.5 to 4 hours a day.
And to make the working day even easier, the feed pusher makes sure the animals are fed.
It comes by every 2 hours, so the cows get up more often, every 2 hours. It also makes a ringing sound, so when it rings at night, the cows hear it and get up to come and feed.
It's a profitable system and yields an extra 1 litre of milk per cow per day. Jean-Pierre has done the math.
So we're saving around €20 a day without lifting a finger.
And maybe soon we'll no longer need to water the plants, they'll do it themselves. Design school student Matthias Schmidt worked on this cyborg plant for his end-of-year project.
It's half machine, half plant. I wanted to make the plants mobile, so they could move around and get what they need to grow and survive for themselves. Sunlight and water, for example.
Give plants the ability to move. And using the knowledge now available on plant life, the project's becoming reality.
Plants communicate with each other, and we can pick up their signals. So we will be able to decipher if a plant needs more or less sunlight, and then get the robot to take it to such and such a location. And it's pretty basic stuff for the water levels. We just put a sensor in the earth.
And Matthias is hoping to present a working prototype at InnoRobo 2015.